that so many of us are looking forward to going on holiday in this country. That means, by and large, getting in the car and heading out possibly into the unknown. In fact, some new research out today by Europcar suggests that many of us are just not ready for the journey. We're baffled by road signs. We are nervous on unfamiliar roads, and we're also not entirely sure what we can and can't do. For example, can you drive in your flip-flops? Well, to tell us a little bit more, I'm joined by the star of Coach Trip, Leeds-born explorer extraordinaire, Brendan Shearing, and also Rebecca Ashton, who is head of policy and research at I Am Road Smart. Hello to both of you.
Hello, Gail. How are you?
Hello, I'm lovely. Brendan, how are you? How's life?
Oh, it's lovely, darling. I'm in Beeston at the moment.
Are you really?
I am, yeah.
What are you up to? Are you living here?
No, well, I'm staying here till I can get to Ireland. I'm on my way to Ireland, really, to see my mum.
Oh, bless you. Oh, well, it's good to know that you're just round the corner, you really are. It's never occurred to me before to ask you, Brendan, as well, because, of course, I'm used to seeing you in a coach, very much being the guide. Do you drive? Are you a good driver? Are you a confident driver?
Yeah, I do drive. I've been driving since I was 18. I did my test up Airhills. Passed my test on the streets of Airhills.
And I guess that because you are such a seasoned traveller, I guess you don't worry too much about getting lost, do you?
Not really, no. Although I must admit, I do have a bit of a backup plan, Gail, especially on that A64 going to Scarborough. When it gets busy, I've got a little backup plan. It involves the villages of Haxby, Wigginton and Strensall, but I'll say no more.
Can't imagine what that is. Pubs? No, it can't be pubs. Public toilets? I don't know. I'm not going to delve any further. I'm not going to delve.
No, it's just an alternative route that takes you around all the bottlenecks.
I see. So as far as this research is concerned then, Brendan, can you see why some people might be a little bit nervous about getting back out there? Because a lot of people haven't driven for a long time. With the pandemic, a lot of people have just not been out and about, have they?
No, they haven't. And the car's been in the garage and they haven't been anywhere. So, when they start, you've got to make sure that the car's roadworthy, obviously, just like you would do preparing for winter. And Europcar have commissioned this research. And, you've got to make sure that, that the oil's okay in the car, that it actually works, that your tyre pressures are good, and obviously it tells you what's legal, what's illegal. I mean, it is legal to drive with flip-flops on, would you want to? Would you want to, considering the risks of getting them trapped in the pedals? You know how flimsy flip-flops are.
Yeah, no, exactly. The other day I just had to move my car in the drive and I had my slippers on, and I felt weird doing that. So, I mean, I wouldn't wear flip-flops, but also a lot of people don't realise that in fact, you can tell me, is it illegal? Is it illegal to maybe have a little bit of a nibble of something? Is it illegal to even have a drink when you're driving? And I don't mean an alcoholic drink. I mean just like a bit of water or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not illegal to drink or to eat while you're driving the car. But you remember when you passed your test, your hands always had to be at 10 to 2 on that steering wheel.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
The machine that you're driving, and you've got to be very careful. Can you imagine, dropping a cup of coffee on your lap while you're trying to put the sugar in and things like that? And people do that. Or holding a mobile phone while you're driving, trying to send a text while you're driving.
That is illegal. That absolutely is illegal.
So there are things you can and cannot do. I think you should just be sensible. How many times are you able to pull over and stop, get a nice cup of coffee, sit on a bench, just have a rest, and that's all in preparation with your route. Whatever your route takes you, you should always include a comfort stop instead of having to try and peel an orange or peel a banana while you're at the wheel.
That's very good advice. I don't know why this has just popped into my mind, but I was just thinking about all the places you will have been in the coach, talking about perilous journeys. I wonder, have you ever been in places like Spain where sometimes you get very high up in the hills and you feel very unsafe in a coach because the drop down is just horrendous? Have you had that?
Actually, not Spain, Gail. I'll tell you where it is. the Amalfi Coast, a beautiful coastline of Italy. But I'll tell you something, my guide seat swung out over the edge when we were
No.
going around the corners. Seriously, I went right out over the edge of the hairpin bends on the Amalfi. Beautiful coastline, beautiful.
Yeah.
Pierce Bronson's little playground, we used to call it, because he was never away from the place. But yeah, no, the Amalfi Coast it's not like the road to Whitby, I tell you.
Well, you must have seen some beautiful places in your time. Are you actually planning on holidaying in this country this year? Will you be driving out to the coast at some point?
Well, I'll tell you something. Including today, I've been to Scarborough 3 times practically this week. So I'm sick of going on the A64. That's why I have this alternative. But yeah, and I've just been to the lakes actually. I had a long week at the Lake District, and had a lovely friend had a house overlooking Morecambe Bay and Grange over Sands.
Oh my goodness!
We went up into the lakes hiking in Langdale Valley and Coniston Lake. I went swimming in Coniston Lake. So I've had my little staycation, really.
Yeah.
And Scarborough's just a little treat for some fish and chips.
Absolutely. And now you find yourself in Beeston. From the whole world to Beeston, Brenton. I tell you what.
Listen, I was born in Hunslet. We got posh and moved to Beeston. Do you mind?
I'm not saying anything against Beeston at all. I just found it unusual that you would be there today. I tell you what I'm going to do.
Just tell anybody that's in power in Leeds to get this blooming Dewsbury Road sorted.
Right, I will do. I will do, Brendan. I tell you what I'll do. I'll dig myself out of this hole. I'm going to have a chat to Rebecca, who is from I Am Road Smart. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi. So tell me a little bit about this research, or more particularly, what can we take from it? As Brendan was saying, do we all just need to be a little bit better prepared?
Well, absolutely we do. We need to prepare, and not just our cars, but we need to prepare ourselves as well to make sure that we're fit to be able to drive. The Europcar research is very, very similar to research that we've done at I Am Road Smart, and the results are very, very comparable, you know, where people are nervous about going back out on the road when they haven't been for a while, and especially driving on roads that they're unfamiliar with, which is, of course, something that many, many people are going to be doing this year because of the staycation.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you surprised by the fact that people are baffled by road signs, or maybe don't know exactly what they can do? Do we all need to brush up on our highway code a little bit?
We do. I'd love to say I'm surprised, but unfortunately, I'm not surprised.
Oh.
This seems to be a sort of standard response. People, when they pass their test, they put the highway code away and they don't tend to pick it up again. And of course, new signs come in, new rules come in. So it's very important for people to give themselves a bit of an update. Call it a staycation refresher, if you like. But they do need to pick up the highway code, and they do need to think about, you know, what they're going to be doing, where they're going, and making sure that they're familiar with the rules.
And I hate to bring it up, but is there a difference in the research between men and women drivers? Do we worry about different things? Are we more confident, less confident? Has anything come out about that?
Well, we don't want to have the battle of the sexes here, but
we don't.
There are a few differences. There are a few differences. So it shows that men are less worried about driving on unfamiliar roads, and they're perhaps more worried about other drivers out there. Whereas women, we tend to be that little bit more careful, and we want to make sure that we're okay on unfamiliar roads.
Okay, well, we'll leave that, and we'll just let that float into the ether. But generally speaking, then, we just need to, if we're going on a journey that we've not been on before, we just need to think about it, have a little bit of a brush up on the rules, and maybe just prepare our cars just so we feel as confident as we possibly can, Rebecca.
Absolutely. I mean, there are lots of things you can do. For me, myself, I have quite a small little car. So for me, if I was going on a staycation, to hire a car that's got a little bit more luxury to it would be wonderful. So that would be something that I would be. 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 That would be something that I would be.